Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. How are y'all doing today? Okay, well, I guess at the time of this video going out, it'll be a day after Valentine's Day, but whatever, I'm recording it on Valentine's Day. God, I am a sad individual. But want to know what's even more sad than my love life? The lack of salt recently. Besides the Xbot breakdown on Twitter from a few days ago, there hasn't been much to talk about. Luckily, I have a few videos saved from several years ago, just in case a situation like this happens. So for today's video, we'll be taking a trip back in time 6 years ago to 2018. Can I just say how much I hate the fact that 2018 was 6 years ago, by the way? The inevitable passage of time is a spooky thing. But whatever, today we're taking a trip back in time to just before God of War 2018 came out, April 18th to be exact. And the video we're going to be taking a look at is basically just a Sony pony ranting for 6 minutes about how great the game looks and how no game on PC can compare graphically, which, you know, in hindsight is kind of funny considering this game got ported to PC. But don't worry, I'm not going to be unfair to the video or anything. Any examples or counterpoints I use will be relevant from 2018 or before, unless I bring up like the PC port or something like that. And I know immediately some of you are probably thinking, oh, this guy's just trolling. I can't believe you took the bait. Well, first of all, I don't care if he's trolling. Content is content. Second of all, I don't think he is, and we'll get into why in a little bit. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Hard 8 Times. I am the truth of YouTube, your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. Yeah! What's up, people? What's happening? You already know the deal. If you missed my last video, the link is down below. Facebook groups, gamer tags, Instagram, Twitter, all that good shit is down below, so please go and check it out. PC gamers, what's up? You're quiet. I can't hear you. You're quiet. So, PC gamers, I have a simple question. What on the PC looks better than God of War? God of War looks better than every game on the PC.
Okay, there are several examples of games with graphics on par with God of War, or even better, even back at the time. But before I list those off, I'd just like to ask you a question real quick. Why are graphics the thing you're concerned about when it comes to video games? Like, it's fair to comment on them, but it's just kind of funny to me that suddenly Sony puts out a great looking game and now all of a sudden you're using the graphics argument. Even though, like I said before, there were plenty of games even back in 2017 and 2018 on PC that looked on par with God of War or even better. Let me list off some of them right now. Destiny 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Battlefield 1, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, Call of Duty World War 2, Resident Evil 7, Forza Motorsport 7, and I could keep going, but I think you guys get the point. But want to know what's hilarious about a lot of the games that I listed? Not all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of them are considered to be not very good or even bad, yet they were some of the best looking games at the time. I wonder why that is. It's almost like graphics are one of the least important things when it comes to a game. So I really don't understand why you consider this some huge victory over PC gaming. Also, can I just mention how hilarious it is that he's talking about how great the game looks, but then he uploaded this video in like 720p? Like, I know the game looks great because I've played it myself, but when you're trying to make the case for how great a game looks and then you upload your video at 720p, I don't know. I can't be the only one who sees the irony in that.
And y'all spent thousands of dollars. I said y'all spent thousands of dollars for your rig. I said you spent thousands of dollars for your rig, and you ain't got nothing on that motherfucker that look better than God of War.
Well, putting aside all the examples I just gave like 30 seconds ago, I don't know about anybody else, but me personally, every time I upgrade my PC, it's for the frame rate. Sure, I can run most games at max settings, and that's nice and all, but at the end of the day, I'm definitely prioritizing that frame rate. Which, hey, are we gonna talk about God of War's frame rate? No, we're not gonna talk about the fact that it's locked at 30. No, of course not, because all that matters at the end of the day is the graphics. You know, until they start talking about 120 FPS on the PS5, and then all of a sudden frame rate matters again. But whatever, that wouldn't be a conversation for 2 more years. Also, something I just thought of. Want to know something else that's pretty important to games? You know, just a little bit, might be a tiny bit important. The gameplay. And God of War has some pretty damn good gameplay. You could have made a whole video talking about that and how great it was. But no, you decided what's more important than the gameplay is the graphics.
You had it all and you blew it!
Wow, see, console gamers are winning right now. You can get a PS4 Slim for what? $299, get it used for $250, and it looks better than anything you got on your rig that you spent thousands of dollars on. Now I know what you're going to try to bring up. I know you're going to try to talk about 60 frames per second. Well, guess what? Nobody cares. Console gamers don't care. We love the cinematic experience.
There it is, the classic, oh, we don't need 60 FPS because 30 is more cinematic. An oldie but a goodie. I guarantee now that the PS5 is out and has been for a few years, this guy sets every game to performance mode. Guarantee it. Although something I will say is at the time he was probably right about console gamers not really caring about the frame rate, because nowadays a lot of games on consoles have performance modes. They're not always the best, but they do get past 30 FPS at least. But back in 2018, he was probably correct about saying that, oh, a lot of console gamers don't care about the frame rate. Because back then, 60 FPS modes on consoles wasn't really much of a thing. And even when games did have it, it was only for the PS4 Pro and the One X. And even then, I remember playing games like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on my One X, and the amount the resolution would have to be dropped just to hit like 45 FPS was crazy. So I will at least give that to him. However, saying that console gamers don't really care about 60 FPS doesn't change the fact that 60 is in fact better than 30. And you mean to tell me that you would rather have 30 than 60 for the gameplay portions as well? Like for the cutscenes, if you want to have it at 30, whatever. But do you really mean to tell me you want the game to be 30 FPS during the gameplay? I just have a hard time believing that. Because, I mean, you still have a HUD on the screen. That's not very cinematic. You still have health bars during boss fights. That's not very cinematic. But please tell me how great 30 FPS is for a cinematic experience.
You mad? Come on, PC gamers, are you mad? Well, boo-hoo. This is the video for you to boo-hoo on. Hit the dislike button, it's gonna make you feel better at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, the facts remain. You don't have nothing on the PC that looks better than God of War. Graphically, God of War destroys the PC, and all you gotta do is go out and spend about $250 to $300. Ouch! I mean, that hurts, doesn't it, PC gamer? I mean, you're sitting at the desk, you got scoliosis, your back is all bent over and broken, and you're looking at a small ass monitor.
Well, he is right that I do have scoliosis. Not extreme or anything, just a little bit. Though, I think my bad posture has more to do with it than the 4 years I've spent gaming on PC. But God, it's just so funny going back to this video now, after God of War has come to PC and it looks way better than the PS4 or 5 version of the game. Obviously not relevant at the time, but just funny to think about. You guys have nothing on PC that looks better than God of War. Well, now we do. It's called God of War. But dude, trust me, I don't think anybody besides some PC fanboys were mad at the time that God of War was absolutely beautiful. Because like you said, people spend thousands of dollars on their PCs, but a PS4 Slim only costs like $250 or $300. So if this game looking so good really did bother PC gamers so much, it wouldn't have been that hard for them to just go out and buy a PlayStation. Like, take myself for example, if I wanted to play God of War Ragnarok so badly, I would just go out and buy a PS5 digital. But I'm not super desperate to, so I'll just wait for it to come to PC. Also, that would be one extra thing to transfer between home and college or store over the summer, and that would just be a pain. It's just, this whole argument is really funny to me because these guys are like, oh, you spent thousands of dollars on your PC and the games still don't look as good as this $300 box. I bet you're hurting real bad right now. As if PC gamers just aren't able to go out and buy a console if they really wanted to play the game that badly. But you know what, guys? He's absolutely right. I am fuming right now.
Meanwhile, console gamers were chilling on the couch, big screen TV, and we're playing a game like God of War that is graphically delicious. Meanwhile, there ain't nothing on the PC that looks better than God of War. Just admit it. Face the facts. It is what it is.
Well, except for all those games I listed off earlier and more, but something tells me in a minute here he's probably gonna say, oh, those games aren't exclusive to PC, so they don't count. That's what we like to call foreshadowing. But I'm just gonna say, you do realize that PC gamers can also sit back on a couch with their computer hooked up to a big screen TV and connect a controller to it, right? Like, my roommates have a TV set up in the main part of our suite. If I wanted to, I could take my PC out there and hook it up right now. Then again, his counter argument would probably be something about the plug and play experience of a console, so whatever, let's just keep going.
Now all you're going to say is 60 frames per second, 60 frames per second, but that ain't going to work this time. Because even at 30 frames, God of War still looks better than anything that is on the PC. So get your little gay wrist together for your keyboard and your mouse and slide it around the table while we enjoy God of War on the controller having a blast. I said having a blast.
Dude, honestly, you sound like you're about to blast over this game's graphics. Yes, that means what you think it means. And no, I am not sorry. But yes, dude, the 60 FPS argument still does work. Because yeah, if a game looks good, that's great. But I think the majority of PC gamers would prefer the frame rate over the graphics, especially when it comes to games where the gameplay is the main focus as opposed to the cinematics. You know, very often you'll see people turn down their graphics settings so they get a better frame rate, especially in like shooters. And I love how he says, oh, the argument isn't gonna work because even at 30, God of War still looks better. Yeah, no, duh. It's almost like when you have better graphics, the frame rate is lower. You can have a low frame rate, but the game still looks visually gorgeous. Also, you're trying to make a video arguing with people who prefer the frame rate over the graphics, yet you're saying the frame rate can't be an argument. That's just not how arguments work. Nobody's denying that God of War is a beautiful looking game. People are just pointing out the fact that they'd rather play the game at 60 FPS. For me personally, I don't care how great I can make a game look. If I drop below 60 FPS, I'm turning the graphics down.
I know you're mad right now. You're upset this video is making you angry. Because it's the truth. And it ain't nothing you can do about it but boo-hoo. That shit funny to me.
You know what? One thing I can give this guy credit for, if nothing else, he does an impeccable Joker laugh. No matter how much you dislike him, you can't deny that. Bro was straight up cackling.
Oh man, what you got? I mean, tell me, what PC exclusive came out this year that looks better than God of War? I'll wait.
I'll spare you his recreation of the Jeopardy song. But to answer your question, I don't think there were any. So I guess congratulations. God of War looked better than any PC exclusive that came out in 2018. Here is my honest reaction to that information.
Oh no. Anyway, last week...
Guess I'm selling my PC and getting a PS4. I mean, there are games on PS4 that look better. God damn, man. There's no coming back from this. Hard 8 times has won. You know what? Actually, I won't sell my PC. What I'll do is in every game that I have, I will cap the frame rate to 30 and then crank all the graphics to the maximum to hope that my games could even come close to looking as good as God of War. In fact, you know what? No, we want to be as cinematic as possible. Movies aren't actually shot at 30 FPS, they're shot at 24. So I'll cap my games to that. Okay, enough sarcasm. Let's move on, shall we?
What you got? Time is up. What do you have? You have nothing. Nothing. See, you spend all this money on your rig, you spend thousands of dollars. I mean, some of you done spent $12,000 for your PC. And you still don't have anything that looks better than God of War. You got one graphics card, you got two graphics cards.
God, this whole video is just one 6-minute lecture on why graphics are the most important part of a game. Except the explanation doesn't go any further than PlayStation has a great looking game out, therefore graphics are the only thing that matters. And can I just ask for a second, who has spent $12,000 on a PC? Does Bill Gates have a gaming rig or something? Like, god damn. But whatever, like I said earlier, there are games out there that look just as good as God of War, even back in 2018 there were. And let's just pretend that there were no games that look just as good as God of War. That doesn't mean PC has nothing, because again, graphics aren't everything. I didn't spend this much money to get the best graphics possible, I spent this much to get the best frame rate possible. Although, sorry, I forgot that doesn't matter because my cinematic experience.
Still don't have nothing that look better than God of War. You got 11 teraflops, 12 teraflops, GDDR5X, all this fly shit. All this shit, all this money you spending and all of that, and you still ain't got nothing that look better than God of War. And if you do, please show me, because I'll be waiting. I will be waiting. Because you mad right now, and I bet you right now you're banging on that goddamn keyboard. You're not even using your little fingers. You're using your fist.
You know what, guys? He's absolutely right. I am just furious. I am slamming my fist on the keyboard. In fact, you know what? Here is live footage of me raging at this video right now. Yes, I am definitely that muscular in real life. But either way, this video did not seem to age very well because the next two videos this guy posted were these. As you can see, ragging on the game for a number of reasons. I guess there is more to a game than just the graphics after all. Now, this guy making this video and then following it up with criticisms of the game might make you think, oh, he was just trolling, he was just baiting. While he definitely was baiting, I don't think he was necessarily trolling. And what I mean by that is he definitely does unironically feel this way. Or at least he does unironically have like some allegiance to PlayStation or whatever. Not just because of his recent Twitter activity or anything like that. But let's take a trip to his comments on this video real quick. He posted a comment 1 year ago. Keep in mind, remember, this video was posted 5 years ago, or almost 6. He posted a comment 1 year ago saying, so many dummies in these comments, Lamau, can't believe I fooled so many, it was too easy. And then this guy replies with, just saying that it's trolling doesn't make you exempt from a discussion. You act like a child fanboying over a plastic box. Unless you're getting commissions on Sony sales, then you're just wasting your time of anything. You should be criticizing Sony, so you at least get something better out of them. And then Hard8 replies with, I have a 4090 with a 13900K. Shut up, clown. Don't speak on what you don't know. And then the guy replies again with, I don't care about your specs. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. And then it just keeps going for a little bit. This isn't even all the comments. There were more replies than just that. But man, this guy is just using every classic argument. First, it's the cinematic experience, and now he's saying that, oh, I have a PC, I can't be a console fanboy. Also, yeah, dude, you're such a troll that 4 to 5 years after that video comes out, you're still arguing with people in your comments. And you still exhibit this exact same behavior on Twitter. Even if you are trolling, you're not a very good one. I would say, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Young Defiant is an example of a good troll. Doesn't let it consume his life or anything. He just comes back every few months to troll, like, for 1 8-minute video or so. Maybe does a couple streams, but besides that, you know, you can tell he's trolling because he hates on everything, and he doesn't do it super often. Hard8 does it all the time, which is why I'm inclined to believe that he's not trolling, but who knows, maybe he's just the master of it. Maybe he's so good at trolling that nobody even realizes it. Either way, I had a fun time making this video, and it gives me something to talk about until Phil talks to us about the future of Xbox tomorrow, or today when this video comes out, whatever. Regardless, I hope you all had a very happy Valentine's Day. So far, mine's going pretty well, although I have a 2.5 hour class in like an hour, so that's not gonna be fun. Regardless, I'm sure I'll still have a fun time playing some games tonight. Probably gonna play some more BO3, honestly. A great game, despite not having the best graphics out there. I know, it's quite a surprise, right? Whatever, either way, thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you all next time.